Hello, Warren King here. I'm literally, as it says in the Bible, under my own vine and fig tree. This is a vine. This is a fig tree right above us, where the figs come rotten down on us. And the figs are not actually tasty figs. So I reminded my friend that when you eat a fig that's not sweet, Jesus actually cursed the tree for doing that, showing that if you're not productive in this dimension, doing your mission and your dharma, then you're cut down from reality in this dimension, which is called death. And we're scared of death when actually it's just unfolding rhythms of fractal consciousness to another dimension. So when you're part of the vine, you're connected to the source. When you're in the fig tree, it's the fruits of your labors, the fruits of your accomplishment, and then you go back to the other dimension. So the Bible and all these books are just written by spiritual beings who had experiences. And when you're under your own vine and fig tree, that means you're connecting to your source within yourself, your own I am presence, your own higher self, your own Christ self. So being in the vine and fig tree is being in a blissful state of oneness and consciousness in the present moment. But you can't do this in the mind. You can't think, oh, I'm going to stop my mind. Oh, I'm not thinking right now. You have to just step out of the mind into beingness. In a state of consciousness, everything is blissful. You see a plant, you're almost crying. This is so beautiful. It's a live thing that's evolved for billions of years, and here it is with me in this present moment. Every moment becomes a miracle. And things unfold. There's a law of the universe. When you're surrendered and childlike, you expect things to happen, they just happen. And if things don't go according to the movie you thought in your mind and they happen somewhere else, you accept it as it is. It's just what is. That's what the movie that played in that dimension. And whatever you imagine comes true in another dimension. You send out thoughts. I just talked to a man today who was so fixated on his ex-girlfriend and he couldn't get it out of his mind that he wanted to marry her. And he said he was just randomly on a trip to Israel in Jerusalem, and his ex-girlfriend was somewhere in Europe, and they happened to be at the same restaurant 2 tables apart from each other. And I said, if you're that masterful, you can attract your ex-girlfriend who's with someone else and wants to get to marry someone else and attract her about the whole earth because you desire them so much. What else could you achieve in your life? This guy's a multi-millionaire. He hangs out with only billionaires, he said. And he knows how to manifest. And this is the old kind of man who's very young and focused. They can make heartless business decisions. They could lay in bed with their secretary and the wife wouldn't come to find out. Now these people are being exposed, so the women are demanding to be more yang, which is more active and energetic and focused in the government and the economy and the military. But now the man has become more yin and become a snag. I'm a snag. Sensitive new age guy. So everyone's looking for snags now that have consciousness. They talk about yoga, they talk about meditation, they talk about, so if you want to get a nice girl, you better become spiritual. If you want to just a pretty girl who does Botox and whatever fake things to make the outer face look pretty, then you can be one of those young, alpha, strong men. But the new age men are going to be much more yin, and it's going to blur between the roles, because everything in society, like priests, it doesn't matter if you're a male body or a female body. If you're spiritually tuned to God, you can become a priest. And then maybe we don't have to even say who's a priest, because a priest is everyone who's speaks from the higher self. So we're all priests, and we're all priestesses, we're all gods and goddesses. So in this dream world down here, we're just trying to make this fractal of the universe pleasant enough so that higher souls can incarnate through us, through our children. You can notice the children get more advanced. They don't want to learn the old way. They don't want to sit and memorize facts. They have Google, but they want to know how to create. They want to know how to visualize. They want to know how to experience life. So we're going to set the example for them by slowing down and being present with them in the moment. Not talking about, oh, your next soccer game, oh, blah, 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 you take your flute lesson, blah, blah, blah. You can be so busy that the person can't say, I'm going to figure out playing the flute with my time when I'm not with my family. So when you have time to be with your family, be with them, be present with them in the moment. Don't have your mind chatting about what else you'd rather do or what you should have done. Just be with your child, and that's all they need. They don't need the rules. They'll figure out the rules. They'll fall a few times. You don't have to keep warning. Don't fall. Let them fall a few times. They'll learn it. Let them be tough. And there's angels that protect children, so pray to your angels to protect your children. And don't be so obsessive about controlling all their behaviors and all their activities, because these kids are being trained to be an ego, and the ego is not happy anymore on this planet. The egos feel cut off. It feels suffering and pain and stress. We have to go to all sorts of addictions to try to dull our pain, and they're not present with our children, and our children are growing up in a scary world because there's no adults. They're just saying, I love you, I trust you, thank you for coming from spirit. Acknowledge them, these are spirits that came from higher levels. If they're coming at this time, they're very brave souls, because it's a hard time to be on the planet. And let the video games be like an occasional thing. Don't let them become addicted to these electronics, they're so focused on the outer world and the outer ego and the outer perceptions that they don't know how to go within. The punishment we used to use was go to your room, and be alone. That should be a good thing. A child should say, I should learn how to self-soothe. I should learn how to meditate. I should, watch videos online about how to be present in the moment. And when you see a thing like a butterfly, it's like you're just in awe and bliss. Like, look, it's so beautiful. A child does this. They say, look at the leaf. Look, mommy. Look at the little thing. And the mother's like, oh, that's a leaf. Throws away. He's like, for the first time seeing a fig leaf, he should be able to revel in it. And the mother should say, wow, that's amazing. Look how beautiful. And just give it words so he can learn how to describe his feelings. Because to be happy, you have to have feelings that are happy. It doesn't matter how much money you have. People have money that are not happy. It doesn't matter how much sex you have. It doesn't matter how much drugs you take. You can't keep taking the drug. It's the trick. The drugs give you a little feeling of consciousness that's possible, but you have to do it yourself through meditation practices, through daily awakening exercises, through physical exercise, whatever you need to balance your brain enough that you can actually go within and be silent and feel that peace and that oneness and that bliss that everything is made of. These gurus that talk about everything being Satchit Ananda, eternal consciousness and bliss, everything's made out of consciousness and bliss. It's just electrons and gluons and quarks flipping in and out of existence. It's all a dream world, but we're in this dream. We're in this fractal. So it means we're God's consciousness sent to this fractal to make it better. So we should make more beautiful flowers, more beautiful environments, get rid of everything that's ugly and disturbing, and try to become harmonious with each other. So in 2,000 years, if it takes that long, there's going to be a golden age on this planet. Either way, we can make our golden age consciousness right now by being present, by being in heaven, which heaven and earth are not separate things. They're just different vibrations of the same thing. That's why everything is so beautiful when it's left to be natural. So I hope you understood something that I said. Under my own vine and fig tree, it's Warren King signing off.